Oh boy, today we have an interesting video. You see, the context for this is a long time ago I made a video about furries. I talked about literally anything I could find about them, and I included it into the video. But there was some serious oversight. You see, I didn't do my due diligence. And Troll Vision reached out to me. You see, the area that I completely missed and didn't understand anything about was the furry. The reason for this is because I don't watch furry, so please do forgive me for that. Maybe I should have if I'm going to talk about them, because if I did, I would notice quickly a slight problem, you could say. They resemble children. A lot of them do. And I was made aware of all of this because of Troll Vision. He made some very interesting and compelling arguments that we're going to talk about today, because we all know the stereotypes and the fun memes, the old wise sayings that you shouldn't let the furries near your animals or your dogs. But from what I can see now, I don't think that's the case. I think the more important thing we should be paying attention to is not letting kids near the furry fandom. And there's a whole multitude of reasons for this, and it's a serious problem. But instead of me telling you everything about it, I'm gonna let Troll Vision make his case.
We'll start by looking at the most popular game made about furries, called Changed. A game where the main character wakes up from a cryogenic sleep in a world after an apocalypse, and then gets sexually assaulted by latex furries. The game has a multitude of highly sexual situations through it. And if that wasn't bad enough, let's meet a main protagonist, Colin. Let me ask you, how old does he look? Well, there is a way to check. An adult human has a head-to-body ratio between 8:1 and 7:1. Anything under 6:1 is either a kid or a dwarf, and there is no mention of Colin being a dwarf. There is literally nothing that could make this character look like an adult. Even his canonical age is still disputed. But instead of this game getting rejected and banned and forgotten as it should have been, it became one of the most popular creations of the fandom. And its main theme, transfer, meaning physically changing someone into a furry character, got into other media, especially games, for example Roblox, with all its issues. Because of that, game was a source of a lot of controversy. What people don't pay attention to is that the same issues apply to the majority of furry animations on YouTube. Many characters depicted in the furry animation memes have the physique of a child, combined with very suggestive content. This isn't an animation problem only, the same is visible in the reference sheet of those characters. This look is intentional. Some may say that I shouldn't compare a furry characters to humans, since they are anthropomorphic animals, therefore have a different physique. And it only makes the situation worse, since all it does is bring up a question: why do furries sexualize animals in the first place? And despite that, there are media without these issues, with anthropomorphic animals that look full grown. In case the body to head or the face proportions have to be different, there are multiple other ways to make a character not look like a child, none of which are used by those animators. Or maybe if that's too hard, just don't sexualize them. Saying it's just an art style is not an argument either, as they have intentionally picked that art style and then sexualize it. Actually, all of that is made even worse by this art style that is present in a majority of the furry content. Art style that is very appealing to kids. Flashing, bright, oversaturated colors with close to no shadow. Exaggerated facial expressions with no place for subtlety. Childish, oversimplified art with no detailed physique or texture. Repetitive animations made over short and catchy songs. It all makes that art style easy to watch for kids, as it is very straightforward and easy to replicate, making entry threshold very low. Furry fandom profits out of that, promoting itself as a kid-friendly community. While after searching furry on any platform you want, you will encounter not safe for work content in a matter of minutes.
Now, with everything he said in mind, this leaves a lot of problems. One of them is 10 to 15% of the furry fandom is made of minors, while the majority of furries are into porn. The second one is all of these games, media, drawings, all of the not safe for work material are drawn in childlike ways, commonly depicting childlike characters, which automatically makes it more appealing to minors. Thirdly, the most common age people are exposed to porn is 10 to 13. That should be a red flag to automatically say that this community is a gateway to porn. It could be the first way they're ever exposed to this type of media. That's a serious problem. It doesn't take much to put two and two together. We got the furry community. They're creating porn 24/7. I mean, they're in the Chinese sweatshops at this point. They're given their tablets and they're forced to create porn day in and day out of furries, depicting children in cartoonish styles that are also appealing to children. And that's going to be consumed by a lot of children. You're 10 years old and the first type of you're exposed to is of a furry child. That's literally what's happening right now from the furry community. This is literally what they're doing. Verbatim. I guarantee it. And am I the only person who sees this as a problem? Really? I'm making this video right now, and am I gonna get a lot of hate from the furries? Are the furries gonna say that I'm attacking them? Sincerely, a heart-to-heart moment. I don't don't care if you enjoy dressing up in cosplay. Like, literally, look at me right now. I have a knight helmet. I don't mind cosplay. I find it pretty cool sometimes. I don't think the furries are cool. I think they're kind of weird. But that doesn't make it immoral. What makes it immoral and wrong is the sexual aspect to it, is the mountains of porn that they create every day. That's what's wrong with it. And guess what? We have an easy solution to this. Literally, we have 3 possible solutions here. One you have to do no matter what, which is stop depicting characters that appear to be minors. Stop it. If you're gonna make porn, at least make sure they're adults. Don't just say, well, according to the lore, she's like a 9,000-year-old dragon girl. No, that's a minor. If you're attracted to what appears to be a minor, sorry, I don't have good news for you. I don't care what her lore age is. That's something that has to go away no matter what. But there are 2 other options you can take from here. One option is don't let children into the furry community. That's one option. Make sure that nobody is exposed to this material. The common rebuttal to this, though, is, well, if you look at the anime communities, they have this exact same problem. There's a sizable percent that is sexual, and they have a lot of children there. Are you gonna say that children shouldn't watch anime? And my response to that is, depends, because there's certainly a lot of anime that children shouldn't watch. You're not making a strong case when you compare the furry community to the anime community, because they also have this exact same problem. We call them lolicons. And you know what? If you're going to depict a childlike character, ever, it shouldn't be sexual. If you're somebody who sincerely likes wholesome, fun little characters, whatever it might be, you better not draw them in a bikini. You're already close as it is, buddy. I mean, if we're talking about communities, whether it be the furry community or the anime community, both of which have a sizable chunk that's sexualized and are attracted to what appears to be children, if you're going to ask me whether we should allow children into those communities, I'm going to tell you, hell no. And bringing up the anime community, which already has a horrible reputation, isn't aiding your case here. That's like one of the most common rebuttals. It's even in all the papers on fur science. They constantly compare their sample sizes to people in anime communities. That doesn't help anything. A large percent of the people who are into anime are seen as weird as is. I say this as somebody who enjoys anime. I enjoy it, but I'm not going to defend a lot of their behavior, no. And just because you're a furry doesn't mean you should defend these things either. Say that this shit is wrong and that it needs to change. And you can do that by taking the second path, the one that I actually recommend more, which is don't be sexual. Don't be weird about these things. Just stop making porn. Literally, that's the easiest solution. In the world. Stop making porn. That's it. That's the one I encourage. That's the one I'm steering you in. Shame people who are making these things. Tell them to stop. Admit what they were doing was wrong. Stop it. Get help. If the furry community wasn't so weird with everything being sexual or suggestive, this wouldn't be a problem. There was nothing suggestive whatsoever, nothing even remotely sexual. It would be wholesome and nice and fun. Go ahead. That's the one solution that gets rid of this entire mess right here. We wouldn't have this conversation at all. I wouldn't be making this video. All of the problems you could possibly imagine with the furry community would disappear overnight if you just stopped drawing boobs on a dog. And that's it. That's the end of this video. Very simple.